The realm. Do you know what the realm is? It's the 1,000 blades of Aegon's enemies. A story we agreed to tell each other over and over till we forget that it's a lie.
It's official, ladies and gentlemen. HBO is making yet another Game of Thrones successor show based on George R. R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire universe. This new announcement should have fans very excited because they've been asking for this show ever since Game of Thrones ended over 4 years ago. The information was revealed by James Hibbard, a very reliable source who has had a great relationship with HBO and its Game of Thrones creators for nearly a decade. Now, as you all know, HBO is developing a number of different Game of Thrones shows this year. Most of you should already know they're done filming House of the Dragon's second season. That show will finally be back this summer. HBO is also working on a series about Dunk and Egg, based on George R. R. Martin's 3 novellas. According to a variety of different sources, they will begin filming that show in a few months, assuming there are no setbacks. Now, A Song of Ice and Fire author George R. R. Martin has also revealed HBO will be making its first animated Game of Thrones show about the life and voyages of the Sea Snake. We've also heard HBO is working on a show about Jon Snow and his life after the events of the Game of Thrones finale, but there haven't been any new updates about whether it's still under development or not. Now, we have known George R. R. Martin and HBO have been developing roughly 5 or more Game of Thrones shows ever since the original series ended. Now that Game of Thrones is arguably one of the most successful shows in history, HBO wants to create their own cinematic universe based on George R. R. Martin's novels. As we all know, there is more than enough source material for them to release a dozen shows. And there is a short list of shows fans want to see. Everyone has been asking for a series about Aegon the Conqueror, Robert's Rebellion, the Blackfyre Rebellions, and Dunk and Egg, just to name a few. Well, it looks like HBO is about to give the fans one of the shows they've been asking for. Now, before I show you this new announcement, I have to let all of you know about this amazing offer. I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Brilliant. Now, Brilliant.org is an interactive learning tool that uses a hands-on approach to teach you a wide range of STEM concepts like math and computer science. Brilliant has thousands of lessons with new ones being added every month. You can exercise your brain and reach your goals with everything from foundational and advanced math to neural networks, data science, AI, and so much more. AI chatbots and quantum computers are advancing and playing bigger roles in our lives all the time, and learning how they work is fascinating. It has been perfect for me as a hands-on learner because it tests you along the way by offering simulations to manipulate and quizzes to further your understanding. Right now, you can try it for free for 30 days by visiting brilliant.org/talkingthrones or clicking on the link in the description. Brilliant is the best way to learn something new every day, and learning a little every day can have a huge impact on your brain's health and longevity. I like to spend 30 minutes on Brilliant in the morning while having my coffee. It's a much better way to stimulate my brain and get ready for the day than scrolling through social media. Now, the best part is you don't have to spend a fortune or 4 years in a classroom either. Like I said, go to brilliant.org/talkingthrones or click the link in the description to check out all Brilliant has to offer. It is free for 30 days, and the first 200 of you will get 20% off Brilliant's annual premium subscription. You don't want to miss out on this amazing offer. Once again, I have to thank Brilliant for sponsoring today's video. Alright, now let's have a look at the new article written by James Hibbard. It says HBO is developing another Game of Thrones series. The company is actively heating up its long-in-discussion Aegon's Conquest idea. They are joining forces with writer Matt Tomlin, an in-demand scribe who did uncredited work on Matt Reeves' The Batman, and is co-writing its upcoming sequel. Aegon's Conquest is basically a direct prequel to the hit series House of the Dragon, telling the story of the Targaryens' bloody and brutal conquest of Westeros. The story follows the invader, Aegon Targaryen, who conquered Westeros with his sister wives Rhaenys and Visenya and their dragons. Aegon successfully unified 6 of the 7 kingdoms in under 3 years, with only Dorne able to successfully resist. Aegon's Conquest also signifies a moment in history when the 7 kingdoms of Westeros were unified under a single ruler, Aegon Targaryen, the first of his name, and his dragons. The Conquest reshaped the landscape of Westeros, establishing the Iron Throne as the seat of power and showcasing the dominance of House Targaryen for centuries to come. This era in Westerosi history is steeped in myth and legend, where warriors, kings, and dragons fought for supremacy. Now, central to Aegon's Conquest are the epic battles that decided the fate of the kingdoms. HBO's new series can bring these conflicts to life by delivering spectacular special effects and visceral storytelling. Everything from the Field of Fire, where Aegon and his dragons decimated over 4,000 men from the armies of House Gardener and House Lannister, to the siege and burning of Harrenhal, where the might of Aegon's dragons incinerated the formidable fortress to ruins. These battles are iconic moments in Westerosi history that deserve to be brought to life on the screen. I mean, think about it, how amazing would it be to finally see Balerion the Black Dread in all of his glory? Thanks to House of the Dragon, we're finally able to see Vhagar unleash hell on her enemies. If HBO does actually make this show about Aegon, we will finally see the first Aegon who we've heard so much about, as well as his infamous sisters and their ferocious dragons as they bring Westeros to its knees. I only wish HBO would have gave us this series first, then we could have went through the Targaryens' history in chronological order, rather than working backwards. Now, according to the article, one source described the Aegon series as taking a back-to-basics approach to George R.R. Martin's epic fantasy universe. Though, considering the first series was so massive, it's unclear what back to the basics means exactly. Variety released an article last year stating Aegon's conquest was only an idea they were discussing. Although HBO hasn't officially confirmed it themselves, it seems like this will likely be their next live-action series if given the green light. And it would certainly make a lot of sense given the incredible success House of the Dragon is having. Again, although I do love this idea, I still wish they would have given us a different show. I would much rather see a Robert's Rebellion, or a series about the Long Night, or even the Jon Snow show. Maybe I sound basic, but I want something that has a larger focus on the Northern Houses and all the mystery surrounding the creation of Winterfell, its crypts down below, the Wall, and the Night's Watch, as well as everything else connected to that moment in history when darkness fell over Westeros. Now, Robert's Rebellion would most likely find the most success, given it's so similar to the original Game of Thrones series. Not only would we already know most of the characters, but we would also get to see all of the amazing events that led up to the main show. I've always had more interest in that than I do with the dragons and House Targaryen. I will be happy with whatever they decide to go with either way because I still love this story and its rich history. I do think a show about Aegon and his sister wives will find a lot of success. There are millions of fans who want to see this, but I don't think every show will need to have the dragons in order to excite the fanbase. The White Walkers, the Direwolves, the Children of the Forest, the Faceless Men, the Warlocks, Giants, and Shadow Babies, and Three-Eyed Ravens would make us happy as well. I don't know if all of you agree with that, however. Let me know how you feel about this new information. Are you excited for this new show? And what would you like to see HBO make next? Leave it all down below. Once again, I have to thank all of you for watching another video. I hope all of you have a great day. I will see you again very soon. Bye.